A matrix multiplication is not as straightforward as addition and subtraction. So for multiplication, it takes a bit of a process. But first off, you can't multiply all matrices by each other. Essentially, their dimensions have to be special. So if we look at this first matrix, it is a 2 by 2 matrix, 2 rows by 2 columns. The second matrix is 2 rows by 3 columns. In order to multiply matrices, these inside numbers have to match. So since these two numbers are equal, we have 2 rows or 2 columns in the first, 2 rows in the second, then yes, we can multiply them. Then what the outside numbers tell us, what the product matrix will end up as. So we know that after we multiply these, our product is going to be a 2 by 3 matrix. So now for the process of how to multiply them. So you always want to think about you're multiplying the rows of the first matrix. So essentially circle the rows of the first matrix. We're multiplying those by the columns of the second matrix. So we're going to go each row, multiply each row by each column. So if we set up what our product will be, I'm going to set up a big matrix here. Now we're going to have 2 rows, and then I'm going to leave a lot of room and 3 columns. So I'm going to go ahead and number it out. We'll have 2 rows and 1, 2, 3 columns. So to find out what goes in this first spot, I'm going to multiply the first row of the first matrix, so that's this top row, by the first column of the second matrix. So you can use those numbers to help you out. So to multiply these, you do the first element, so 3 of the first row, times the first element of the column, so 3 times 2, and then we're going to add, and then move over and down, so -3 times 6. So notice we moved over in the first row, down in the first column. Whatever that equals is going to be the element in that spot. So just so you can see this happening as we go, I'll put my final answer matrix down here at the bottom. So 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. So if we do 3 times 2, that is 6 minus 18, and 6 minus 18 is -12. So that's our element there. So now we'll move over a row. So let's go with, for this second spot, now notice this first row, second column. So that means we're sticking with this first row, but this time we're moving over a column. We're multiplying it by the second column. So we have 3 times 6, then move over and down, plus -3 times -5. And then do those one at a time. So 3 times 6 is 18, plus -3 times -12 is 15. So 18 plus 15 would be 33. Okay, so now we move to this third spot. Do this one. So now we have the first row multiplied by the third column this time. So first row going with the third column. So we have 3 times 1 plus -3 times 4. 3 times 1 is 3. -3 times 4 is -12. So 3 minus 12 gives us -9. So that's everything with the first row. Now we have to go back, do everything again with our second row. So we look at our second row. First we do second row times the first column. So 6 times 2 plus, move over and down, 3 times 6. 6 times 2 is 12, 3 times 6 is 18, so that gives us 30. Next one, notice row 2 still, but this time column 2. So row 2 times column 2, we get 6 times 6, plus 3 times -5, so 36 minus 15, which gives us 21. Okay, last spot. Second row, third column. So again, second row of the first matrix, third column of the second matrix. So we get 6 times 1 plus 3 times 4. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 12 gives us 18. So then this is our answer matrix.